It's not always the best idea to joke around too much on Tinder or to be too serious. And the reason is because if you're always joking around, she's going to think that you're just an entertainer, you're just a friend who's going to keep her occupied. And if you're too serious, you're gonna come off as desperate or creepy. So there's actually a really big power in being very casual. And when I mean casual, I mean not trying to be funny, not trying to be witty, just being completely low key and relaxed, because that shows a certain confidence. Now, it's not gonna work with every girl. Some girls might get bored with it, but if a woman matches with you and finds you attractive, sometimes this is a really powerful strategy to get her out on the date fast because she thinks that because you are normal. That's exactly what happened here. I matched with this girl. I noticed in her bio, it said traveling, cycling, cooking and pastries, beer, interested in yoga, loving dogs and cats. Now, when I look through that, you guys know how I like to come up with my first lines. Basically, I just look through it and I pick one or two things in there that's somewhat interesting. It can be really boring, it doesn't matter, but I just pick one thing or two things that's my hook, and I basically make a very simple line out of it, hook line, and then I somehow try to make it about me. It frames the conversation around both of us rather than just me talking about something I noticed about her or just talking about me. When you make it about both of you, it gets it into her mind that from here on out, this is a conversation between you both. It's exactly what you want. It's the basic idea of going on a date. It's about both of you enjoying the moment together. Good opening lines kind of do that. So here's what I said with my opening line. If you make me pastries, I'll never leave you. Now, I've also talked about in the past that you don't want to use bad English. Typing out you is usually good. However, like everything else, rules are meant to be broken. When you just type you, it makes it a lot more casual. It kind of makes it ironic. Now, the thing is, when you go to my profile, my bio is written perfectly, right? There's no spelling mistakes, there's no goofy acronyms or anything like that. So she can see on my profile that I am using this you ironically rather than, really actually speaking like that. So that kind of comes with context. If my profile came off like I was stupid, like I had really bad grammar and bad spelling, and then I used it here, that might be a turnoff. And she says, really, haha, what would you like to eat? Now, right from this response, I know she's more than just a little interested. The reason is because a lot of times if you send a message like this to a girl, she might just say something like LOL, and that's it, right? So by her asking me a question especially, that's a really good sign to me, which means, hey, I can ask this girl out pretty fast. I don't need to build things up because she's pretty much already there. So I said, yeah, man, I'm half French. Can you make good almond croissant? So again, more casualness. I'm saying, yeah, man. Now, what's kind of good about this is it's like I'm talking to a friend. It shows that I'm really comfortable with her. It shows that when we meet, I'm gonna be really comfortable. I'm not gonna be scared. I'm not gonna be nervous, which is good. And that's usually a turn on. Now, of course, everything's a double-edged sword. You're gonna get some girls that don't like being called dude or man or whatever. Most of them are cool with it, especially if it's just the way you communicate normally. No, I just did last week, but the result isn't good. Can't eat it. So again, she's giving me a lot there. She's not just saying one or two words. The more she's giving you, if she's asking questions, all of this is sub-communication for, hey, I like you. Almond allergy? No, I mean, it's not delicious to eat. I already know that things are gonna work out. I already know that I'm gonna be able to get her out on a date really easily and get her number really easily. The worst thing you can do when things are going well like this is to just keep talking. If you've already got the mojo, just go for it. Because otherwise what will happen is you have this great conversation and it just kind of stays a conversation. It never goes anywhere and it starts to get boring. She's already up here, so pull the trigger because it's only gonna go downhill if you talk with her. Now, if you're talking with a girl and it's not going super well, that's when you actually have a longer conversation because that gives you more of a chance to ramp her up. But once she's up at that top point, invite her out. And again, the way you tell she's at that point, well, how she's messaging you, whether she's giving you short responses, long responses, if she's asking you questions, all of that stuff dictates to you like, hey, I'm interested. So I say, oh no, okay, we'll have to stick to chocolate when we go out. Speaking of which, add me on Line. Line is the app that they use in Thailand. And then I gave her my Line ID and she added me. So that just goes to show you being casual, not making your conversation super funny, super over the top can actually work wonders for you. It's really difficult sometimes when you're learning Tinder and you're getting more results. You start to think like, oh, I need to keep every conversation interesting. I need to be witty. I need to always have the joke. But that actually doesn't always help. Like, you should know those tools and you should use those tools when it's necessary to use those tools. There's gonna be times where you're talking with a girl and it's kind of stale, and a sharp line of wit can be what spikes her. But there's gonna be other times where none of that's really necessary, and all you really need to do is tone things down and just be chill and normal and invite her out quickly. She already likes you. If she matches with you, you already know she likes you to a degree, and you're just showing her that the image that you represented in your bio and profile is an accurate reflection of how you interact with her. After you do that, you're pretty much good to go. All right, guys, that is the end of this Zerby video. Hopefully you found this helpful. I will be doing more successful Tinder breakdowns of my real Tinder conversations. If you're interested in this, we have what's called the Tinder in Asia pack, which is a pack of 22 of my successful Tinder breakdowns, all in Asia, in Hong Kong, Japan, and Thailand. You'll be able to see my real successful Tinder and more conversations and line and text broken down line by line, just like you saw in this video. So if you're in Thailand, Hong Kong, or Japan, or you're going and you want to learn how to use Tinder there, and Tinder there, by the way, is different than how you use Tinder, let's say in Europe or the United States, this pack is definitely worthwhile to check out. You can find out more about the Tinder in Asia pack down in the description below. There's a link there that will bring you to it, plus a discount code to give you 20% off your Tinder in Asia pack if you decide to buy it, if you feel like it's right for you. Either way, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a comment below. I actually do read and respond to every comment that's posted down there. I'm curious to see, specifically when you're in Asia, Hong Kong, Japan, Thailand, what do you change in your messaging? Do you take different strategies? How do you approach it? So I'm actually really curious to see that. I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you enjoyed this. So I'll see you hopefully next week.